we are going to talk about kale plant, when to harvest, and how to take care of this plant all season long. So welcome back to GreenTGarden. Kale leaves are very nutrition and healthy. Everybody in the world that makes smoothies. You want to go on a diet, you start drinking kale. But the biggest problem today in the world is that people buy kale leaves from the store and you don't know where it comes from. It could probably come from mostly hydroponics garden system grown with very minimum chemical fertilizer, so you're basically not having the most healthiest, best choice of kale plant. Now, if you want to get the best kale, you grow it right in your backyard. Kale is very easy to grow. It's a very sturdy, strong plant that survives in tough weather, and especially fighting against bugs and stuff. It will survive. The plant does not cave in. The only thing that literally will damage the plant is too much water, or if the temperature is hot. Now, the best temperature for growing kale, in my opinion, since I've been growing kale, I would say roughly around 55 degrees to 73 degrees, because anything over 73, I think it becomes really hot, and in 75, it's where the plant will start bolt. There are many different type of variety of kale leaf. You see how this one is all curl? So this is called curly kale. It's one of my favorite. It's actually tasty. Kale grows in springtime and it grows in fall time. It does not make it in the summertime. It's too hot. First thing right here, we are growing in a raised garden bed. And I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes down to space in your kale plant, you want to do at least 8 inches and up, 8 to 12 inches. Mine is a very close gap right here because I try to push a lot in here. But the only thing like this, you have to make sure you're harvesting on time, or else everything will get overcrowded. You're gonna get less airflow, and that's going to cause a lot of problem. You could see from the bottom right here, I've been harvest. Rule number 1, do not make your kale leaf touch the soil. Remove any lower one on the bottom. That's less chance of disease and a good airflow. Second of all, you want to harvest between 6 to 12 inches. If you're growing like red Russian kale and stuff like that, you could harvest smaller, even like 3 inches and stuff like that. Now, when harvesting your kale, you have a whole bunch of bigger leaves. We don't pull out the plant. We don't cut the whole leaves out like that. You actually have to do is remove the leaves by itself. You got to remove all the bigger one and leave the small one. Look at the small one right here. See how much small one? They're going to continue growing. So what we're going to do, we're going to remove all the big leaves and leave the small to medium. So if this plant have like 8 leaves, we're going to remove at least 4 leaf, half of it. And then what you're going to do is just bend the leaf downward like this and it comes out. The plant will push more energy right now to the bigger leaves, but if we harvest the bigger leaves, the plant don't have to give energy to the bigger leaves. We get to eat this, while the plant will push more energy now to the smaller one, making this a faster harvest for us to come back and keep harvesting non-stop. Within another 5-6 days, this kale plant will produce many leaves, and look how green and beautiful. I do not have any filter on, so I know a lot of people use filter these days. Look at this right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, and we have a couple small leaves, about 7 leaves. We could even like remove this one if you want, because there is a lot of leaf to continue growing. When growing kale, you got to make sure your leaves look like this green. If it's lighter green or if it's turning yellow, something is wrong. The leaf is not healthy. It could be you're watering too much, or the plant need to be fed more. You needed to give more fertilizer. If your kale is more darker than this, you win. That kale is healthy, baby. I'm taking some tips from you guys afterward. So yellow to lighter green leaves, we're gonna cut back on the water. If you're watering every day, you don't need to, because spring and fall time is not that hot, so we don't need to water every day. So I'm in Long Island, New York, and we're in springtime. The temperature in the night is about 50 degrees. During the day is about 70 degrees. So I'm watering every 2 to 3 days lightly. I am not doing deep water. Light water for me with my kale has been very successful. When it comes down to fertilizer, a regular organic fertilizer, all purpose, will cover the basic standard fertilizer. But I tell you guys to add a blood meal. A couple videos back, remember I add blood meal. Blood meal to kale plant, to leafy greens, give it a big boost and get some healthy leaves, baby. So we got another kale plant over here, and right here. See that we all have some beautiful holes on our kale leaf. When you see holes on your kale leaf, this is tell you that you're growing a organic, healthy garden. So what do we have to do before all our leaves is eaten? We're gonna come right here and we're gonna look at this one, the hole, and we're gonna look at the back. We're gonna check for any sign of caterpillars. And if you don't find that on that leaf, it's okay, they're on to the new leaves. We're gonna have to look eventually all over, and we're gonna have, oh, we got something here. And what I do, just take my hand and smush it. Gonna walk around to the other side. Man, the curl kale, I don't feel like nothing eat this except me. It's very strange. Not even the bugs are eating that. You gotta look all the way down here sometimes, so a caterpillar or anything, but these little holes are a sign of caterpillars for sure. I'm gonna harvest and we're gonna figure out what's going on. When it comes down to protecting your kale plant against bugs, I'm gonna tell you right now, you could use a yellow sticky trap, stick it down there, because you don't need bees. There's no bees to pollinate kale. They don't need any pollination. So any kind of bugs that's coming around there, they're basically coming to eat your kale. So the other thing you could do is mix regular soap and water in a spray bottle, spray it on underneath of your leaves. That sometimes help. The other thing you could do is sprinkle some used coffee ground on top of it, or you could sprinkle some cayenne ground pepper around it. The other thing you could do is to mix some neem oil and spray it on the leaves. But remember, every time you're ready to eat, just wash your leaves. Or if the rain fall, it washed out every single thing too. So it's win-win, win-lose, because if the rain comes and wash everything out, you have to come back and reapply certain stuff there with it. And you just got to keep battling it. It's not a hard battle. It's not a big battle. You know, these are minor stuff that you could come with your hand and just go through. The biggest thing is to make sure you're de-weeding your garden. Clean out all the weeds. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest all of the bigger leaves, and you guys gonna see a better airflow and how it looks after. My big helper over here, really good in soccer right now, and all I'm doing is removing the outer leaves. You all just have to pull it down. This here, this is a win-win, because we get to eat. That's gonna go to our neighbor. We get to eat, right? And our plant get more better airflow, and we get more better production overall, and our garden is looking better too. And we get to share with our friends, family, neighbors, you know, local pantry if you guys have enough. And why not, right? All right, so here we go. Big boy helping out. We got a nice harvest for our neighbor right there. We do have a lot in the freezer too, and every couple days when we harvest, we do share with our neighbors. And we have awesome neighbors, and you could see this is how it looks. So we basically have about, you know, one medium size here, we have two smaller one, and then we have some baby ones in there. So this will give the plant enough energy. You'll basically leaving back about a quarter of the plant, so you continue growing. And you could see how everything is spaced out there. We got good airflow right now. 5 to 6 days we come back and we're ready to harvest again. We're always blessed and grateful for a harvest, always, no matter what. If it's a small harvest, big harvest or not. I do have more kale plant which I gotta go ahead and harvest, plus I gotta get to more other plants. But I just want to let you know, this is a quick video, a little guide on how to grow and harvest kale leaves. So follow my step and enjoy beautiful kale right at home. And if you're new, please don't forget to click that subscribe button. It's 100% free. And welcome aboard to GreenTGarden. And thank you to everyone who's been watching and joining me and supporting me right through the whole growing season. We're growing together, and let's grow a better home garden always together. Thank you so much from GreenTGarden.